Sebastian Martinez, MMAnytt, here with Luke Rockhold, promoting UFC Berlin and himself, of course. So, Luke, you're here in Berlin, Europe. How are you feeling in one of the sort of newer markets that the UFC is breaking into?
I'm happy to be here. You know, they gave me the word. They're like, "Oh, you want to go out to Berlin?" I said, "Can I bring an assistant?" And so they brought me my dietitian, and now we get to experience Berlin, and then maybe take another week and travel around and check out a little more of Europe. So I'm excited here.
Any other particular points of Europe that you want to see while you're here?
Particular what?
Any particular cities or
cities? There's definitely a few on the list. We're going to go check out Amsterdam after this. It should be an interesting ride. I've heard a lot about it. Heard it's a lot of good history and some fun. So that and maybe go venture over to Ibiza, right? Ibiza, that's how you pronounce it. So that should be fun.
All right. Now you're coming off 2 straight first-round victories. Both are very impressive. But I think a lot of people were surprised, and we talked about a little bit yesterday about the media thing, but I want to get your take on it. A lot of people were surprised that you didn't get performance of the night for your double submission triangle Kimura. It doesn't even have a name, what you pulled off?
I call it the Rockhold.
The Rockhold?
No. It's reverse triangle Kimura. It's something I do all the time. I've kind of patented that reverse triangle. I hit it from a lot of different positions, and anybody who's trained with me knows about it. And I think I put a smile on everyone's face who knows me and knows my jiu-jitsu once they saw me in there, because it's been one of the things I've really been wanting to do for a long time. One of those submissions that there's 2 things: the liver kick and then the reverse triangle. And I got them both done the last 2 fights, so it feels good to get those out of the way.
And but honestly, we are a little disappointed that you didn't get those 50 Gs.
Yeah, you should talk to Dana about that. Pump that up a little more. Just keep pushing that on Dana. Thank you, guys. I appreciate everybody, the support. Yeah, of course I'm disappointed. It's $50,000. Everybody likes $50,000, and whatever. It didn't happen, but they treat me well, so it'll work out. But you can still ask Dana and grind him a little bit. It's okay with me. You know what I mean?
We'll just care with you, then we'll keep on doing it. Yeah. Now, tonight the news broke that Vanderlei Silva is injured, and now Chael Sonnen will be fighting Vitor Belfort for a title shot. Yeah. Obviously a bit very unexpected.
A loss for words, right? No. Yeah, it's amazing how these things happen. I had a feeling someone was going to drop out of that fight, right? That Chael Vanderlei fight, and I was almost thinking I could try to get ready and bounce in on that, but looks like Vitor beat me to it, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested to see if he passes all the tests and gets cleared and everything comes to fruition. So we'll see. Maybe I'll try to stay in shape. Maybe someone else will fall out of that fight and I can jump in. Yeah. So the possibilities are endless right now.
And provided a fight does happen, who do you have picked as a winner, Chael or Vitor?
I'd favor, of course, Vitor, but I think Chael's got a great style to beat Vitor. Vitor gets complacent on his back and he just waits around. I mean, this is not a game where you want to lull people. It's not the old school jiu-jitsu style. You got to get up. You're losing every time you're on your back, and if Chael can keep blasting him with doubles and put him on his back, Vitor's, he's never been good there. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Vitor's he's looked good, but I think he's a little overhyped for what he's done. He's definitely tough, but. He's just had some good flurries, some good first-round flurries lately. But he's good, but he's not invincible like these people are building him up to be.
Now, you were obviously Strikeforce champion, a very established fighter there, and now you're in the UFC. You're making your mark in this organization. What differences do you see between those organizations in terms of whether it's preparation or promotion or a crowd?
Obviously, the promotion is on a different scale. The crowd is definitely on a different scale. This is the UFC. This is like what you dreamed about, when you're a little kid, and people are definitely. It's got a very large fan base, fight-wise, a fight's a fight, and a cage is a cage, a hexagon, octagon. I mean, it doesn't make much difference to me. I'm in there to fight, and I'm just excited to have the opportunity to be the best in the world and fight. All the guys you dream about fighting. So, in Strikeforce, I was kind of limited. I was kind of at the end of it, and all there was for me was rematches or jumping weight class or what. So this is a cool opportunity to really open up the market and potentially be the best fighter in the world.
And you do an awful lot of surfing. I believe it was in the leading up to a fight with Tim Bosch where you talked about that it's a pretty good workout. Personally, I know I just fall off, so I never do it. But could you sort of talk about how surfing helps your game and sort of what it does for you physically?
I think surfing is I think it's helped me out a lot, to tell you the truth. If you look at my style, I'm goofy foot, so I stand right foot forward. So I've learned to, I'm very comfortable. That's how I grew up skateboarding and surfing and even wrestling. So, but yeah, I'm right-handed. So I just taught myself how to fight like right foot forward, and I think that plays to my advantage. And my style is a little different than everybody. Everyone has a different style, but I kind of have my surf stance, my skateboard stance, and I just kind of have the balance from that and the style. So I just. I think I use a lot of that to my advantage. I don't know. It's hard to play it all in, see how much you can play into it. But I think it's definitely helped me. If you see my style, I'm a lot different than most people, and just being comfortable with the right foot forward. I think southpaw, obviously, I think it throws a lot of people off. A lot of people aren't comfortable with southpaws, but unless you understand them. So I'm happy to be here and be a southpaw.
Now, you're in a little bit of a strange place in the division now. There's not a lot of sort of fighters who aren't booked or aren't injured. Fighter names keep popping up as potential opponents, names like Jacare, a rematch, or Tim Kennedy, another rematch. But sort of for you, obviously, in the end of the day, it's up to the UFC. But what would be ideal for you now that sort of Vitor is booked as well?
Steven Seagal. I really like that fight right now. I think just a little, a money fight. In the meantime, for the fans, do something for the fans. So I think it's a good way to kill the time.
But are you sure you're ready for the fight? He did teach Anderson Silva everything he knows.
He did teach Anderson. You got to start somewhere. So I got to warm myself up for Anderson. So I'll work on Seagal. I've been studying him. I grew up watching this movie, so I have a good, a good idea. I've done my homework on Seagal, so I think I could match up well with him.
Do you think you can defeat him in one-liners?
Oh, that would be. I'm not going to step into that ground. I'm gonna stay in my realm. One-liners with Seagal. That's a dangerous road to walk.
All right. Well, just to round off a little bit now, we're not sure when your next fight is going to be or who it's going to be against. But leading up to the fight, is there anything that you feel that you want to improve or work on, or is there maybe something you want to change up in your training camp?
I'm always trying to improve and better myself in every way possible. It depends on who I fight. It all depends on who I fight. I try to gear myself to each fight, a little bit differently. So maybe I fight Musasi and I need to work on my offensive wrestling a little more. Maybe I fight Munoz and I work on my defensive wrestling, just stand-ups. But I don't know. It's it all depends on the fight, but it's MMA. You got to get better everywhere. So. Yeah.
And our last question: you've spent some time in the Ultimate Fighter House with Cain Velasquez and the Mexican team. Yeah. What's your impression of the Mexican talent that's he's coaching?
There's a lot of talented kids and with a lot of personality, and it's definitely a show that you guys are going to want to catch up with. There's a lot of cool stuff going down, and obviously I'm not really. I can't talk about it too much. There's $5 million on the line, but that I don't really feel like paying. And but it's been a great experience and a lot of great group of guys, and it's gonna be a great season. I look forward to getting back there and helping the guys finish off and win this thing.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you assisting Cain Velasquez in the coaching of Team Mexico for Ultimate Fighter Latin America. This is Sebastian Martinez, MMAnytt, here with Luke Rockhold in Berlin. Thank you very much for your time.